Today, before we kick off this episode, I want to thank our sponsor, For You, From Me, by Raj Daniels. This book is phenomenal. If you know Raj Daniels, and you can check out episodes 1 and 2 of this show in order to get to know him a little bit better. If you know him, then you know what an inspiration he is, just in the guidance that he gives in his own life, person by person on a one-by-one basis. And his book is no different. It's really a clear vision of how you should be approaching life, presented in a way that is, it's simple to take action on. And that's so important these days. It's really meant to be taken, a chapter at a time, and then take that sort of lesson of the day and let it sink in, let it soak in, and kind of color your whole day. So make sure you check out For You, From Me by Raj Daniels. It's on Amazon. Get you a copy right now. How's it going, everybody? Jason Croft here, the credibility craftsman, and today on the show we've got Kolton Krottinger, and this guy is a powerhouse when it comes to creative marketing. That is probably the understatement of the year when it comes to the things that he has put together and done on a large world record-breaking scale down to a daily, hey, I want to go in there kind of scale. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you hear from him. Just amazing stories. Love the creativity that he's got, but not the big differentiator is that then he goes and executes over and over and over again. It's just absolutely amazing. So let's jump in with Kolton Krottinger. Kolton, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited.
Oh man, I've been harassing this guy to be on the show for a while now. Ever since I met him, great Kevin Strawbridge introduced us and everything. And did he? Was that the intro? I think that was the intro. I don't remember. I knew we both knew Kevin and met with Colton here and have been following along. Just amazing things that he's got going on, and so excited to have him in the vehicle today.
So excited. Thank you again.
And man, you got a lot to share with us. So tell people, 6 of the 80 things you have going on right now.
6 of the 80 things. Okay, so pretty much I'm a guerrilla marketing expert. I'm just very different. We got a marketing magazine. We're launching a Marketing 4.0 magazine. We have a company called Event Rockstars where we throw world's largest types of events. We've broken the record for the world's largest Super Soaker Battle, world's largest Dog Day. And then we have a consulting firm where we help companies with their marketing. But with a focus on guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it's a really unique spin on the whole thing too. It's for those companies who are going to jump in and, number one, kind of need to maybe, but also who want to jump in and play and do things a little differently, right?
Absolutely. Every company has been focusing on 2 types of traffic. There's like organic traffic and paid traffic. But there's a new type of traffic. It's called PR traffic, and that's what I go after.
Awesome. And so, give me some examples of that. So I'm going to grab my shades here.
Well, I guess pretty much I've always just done everything on a budget. I've never had the money to pay for marketing, never had the money to build websites, so I learned how to do it all myself. So I guess whenever I was having the world's largest Super Soaker Battle, I needed thousands of people, and I had no money. And so what I did was I went to Park Place Maserati and I said, hey, if you give me a car for, a couple hours, I'll give you 2,000 views and give you a shout out at the end. And the manager was like, I shouldn't be doing this, but here, gave me the car. And then I met up with some cops and I asked them to escort me.
Met up with them? Like got pulled over?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I paid some off-duty cops, $20 each just to escort me into the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Oh,
and so I had a Maserati with a police escort into this competitors event. I crashed a competitor's event, and I got out and I started, I had some friends in the crowd and everyone started freaking out, acting like I was a celebrity. And then I got out and everybody went crazy. I signed thousands of autographs, and then I gained several thousand followers overnight, and that was the day I launched my Super Soaker Battle. I went to bed, I had 10,000 people on it, and a couple days later, 30,000 people. Started getting calls from General Motors, Hasbro, Nestle, Vita Coco, Red Bull, Subaru. They all wanted to sponsor my event, so that's pretty much, and I did that with $60.
Wow. So, and that's the thing too, it's like, how do you replicate that? But it's not, let's do that again. It's taking that same mindset and applying it to whatever that company needs to accomplish.
Absolutely,
right?
and you can do it in any way. So, like, my biggest thing is, like, I don't look at my competitors, because that's what a lot of people go wrong, is they look at what their competitors are doing and how can we make this a little bit better. And sure, you might be a little better, but that's not going to make you stand out. So
yeah,
I don't look at my competitors. I don't have any competitors. You got to create your business so different that you have no competitors. It makes life easy. I don't like doing things that are difficult. So guerrilla marketing to me is easy, and it can be easy for other people. You just have to be different.
And so, but how do you? And I'm going to dig into your past, and I'm going to get so much out of it. But how do you teach that, or how do you, someone sitting there listening right now?
Yeah.
How do they go? I want to do that, but how do I even begin to think about that? How can I, is it just having the bravery to walk into a dealership, or where does that start?
Yeah, I hear you. So you got to think of everything as like real estate. So time is real estate. So whenever people are scrolling on newsfeed and you make a status or a post or a video, you're competing against every other person who made a post.
Sure.
So you got to think of your post and everything you do as like real estate. And so if you think of it like real estate, you got to grab attention. You know, like your show, for example, I absolutely love it because it is so amazing. And the fact that you drive around, we all have ADHD. And so as people are watching your videos, all the moving in the background, the moving, it's interesting. It keeps attention. And that's what I love about this is you're grabbing attention and you're holding it the whole time. And
it helps me with my ADHD.
Yes.
Now I can watch stuff going on while I talk to someone too. So
that's why I love watching your show, because I have ADD. But the moving it helps me stay focused on your show and nothing else. So.
Awesome.
So again, think of everything as real estate. I do things like with awards. You can buy an award for $60, $50 and give it to your employees. Give it to people. Love to be recognized. So this is a very cheap way to get your foot in the door on any stage, to meeting anybody. I mean, you can almost think of like trophies or plaques, almost like a key to meeting anyone you want.
Oh yeah.
So
you have an example of that? Like that's so amazing.
So actually, I gave this award just like this to Cole Beasley from the Cowboys, and so I pretty much, he dropped a rap album, and so we wanted to recognize him for doing that, so we went to the event and we got on stage.
And what event was it?
This was when he dropped his album at Lava Cantina, and so he dropped his album and we got on stage with Cole Beasley, gave him the award, creating memory for a cause. So it's like the role model of the year, because he's just going out there and trying new things. He's a white guy who's like really tiny and he's getting in the rap game, and on top of that, he's an NFL player and he's like half my size. So he just goes out there and goes
he's a
for
beast,
it. So, yeah. So it's awesome. So just, it works.
Man.
And then we end up hanging out with all the Dallas Cowboys, and now they want us to run their events. So literally, a $50 award can equate to a lot of income if you play your cards right.
That's so amazing. And so much of it too, there's certain areas that are like quantifiable. I'm going to do this and to get this to happen. Other things are, again, more that PR marketing and stuff, to where in that scenario of I'm going to put myself in this situation and let's see what happens. Mm-hmm. Something will happen. Yeah. It'll either be a conversation, a relationship, or something very tangible, and this business deal came out of it. And all of those are worth it.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. You just do something you've never done before. Worst case scenario, you're going to learn something.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep doing it and make mistakes, just try not to make the same mistake twice.
Right.
And you'll blow your marketing up.
So take me back a little bit into your first sort of steps into all of this and your background, what products you've launched and things like that.
Okay. I mean, so pretty much I've I guess operated my whole life on people telling me I can't do something. That's been my motivating thing, and everyone has their own motivation. But I wanted to start a private military company, or I got out of the Navy and I wanted to work for a private military company, and they actually denied me. They wouldn't hire me. And so I started my own private military company, and the person who denied me, that CEO, stepped down and eventually came to work for me.
Wow.
My company. And same with the University at Texas at Arlington. I wanted to go to college. I applied. They denied me.
Really?
And so what I did was I rented out their stadium and had the world's largest super social battle there. And then about a month later, got a letter from the dean saying, "Hey, we want you to come to our college."
No way.
So like that's like what's motivated me.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. And so it's definitely been, it seems like, since the Navy and stuff too, it's been one entrepreneurial endeavor after another, and that seems to, like, there's no question, like, that's where...
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is, like, and I think it's almost discouraging to a lot of people whenever they see the success that people have, the cars and the houses and all this stuff. They see the finished product, but they don't see the journey.
It seems so far away.
Yes, absolutely. It seems unattainable, and so that's why I definitely love talking about failures. But I've started 34 businesses in the past 6 years, and we'll say 30 of them have been failures. But hey, it's almost like throwing darts at a dartboard. And same with the Guerilla Marketing. I mean, you just got to hit it once. I don't need a model stick. I just need one good one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what's the main sort of focus today? So you've got a couple of really strong focuses right now: the Guerilla Marketing, as a consultancy, plus
Absolutely.
the event business.
Absolutely, and especially with this Guerilla Marketing, it's built a ton of connections, a great network, and you've got a great network, and really I'm capitalizing on that network and getting advice from all these people, and we built out the magazine, Marketing 4.0 magazine, and so this is where pretty much I'm getting all the heavy hitters in the world, the best marketers in the world, to come together and create content, contribute,
That's
so that
awesome.
we can help other people.
So you've got a physical magazine coming out
Yes.
soon on that. So tell me about that.
So it was pretty much and just like the Facebook group we started, Guerilla Marketing 4.0. There's all these Facebook groups. You got the ClickFunnels and the marketing and Facebook ads and all this, but like Guerilla Marketing is where it's at. Everybody's running ads. Everybody's trying to make organic posts, but just going out there and being weird, doing weird things to get seen is a great way to get noticed. Funnel Hacking Live was a really big event. 4,000 of the best marketers in the world. Nobody knew who I was, and I reached out. I was wanting to propose to my fiance in Florida, and I reached out to several people and got turned down. Said I want to propose at Funnel Hacking Live, and I got 4 no's, and then the 5th person said yes, and then I ended up getting on stage there in front of the 4,000 marketers and got to propose. I had the Phantom of the Opera, James Barber. He pulled her on stage and sung to her at the end of the song. I was on one knee. So
That's awesome.
The power of asking. You've got to ask questions.
Yeah, and you talk about newsworthy event. I mean, you have the Russell Brunson and his whole team,
Yeah.
like they're promoting this because this is newsworthy
Yes.
in their event.
Yeah.
So it's massive.
Yeah, so this is a room
She
full
said
of...
yes, right?
Yeah, she
Okay.
said yes. I was so scared. But yeah, it's crazy. In a room full of marketers, to get on stage is really cool. I marketed the marketers.
Right.
Anybody can do that. It's
Yeah.
easy. You just... The power of brainstorming is like my biggest asset. So just sitting down... Get some friends over and just hash everything out. How can we be different? And stop looking at your competitors. Don't focus on them at all.
Well, that's what's so fascinating too. Is getting people in the room who may or may not be your friends, honestly.
Absolutely.
And certainly people from different industries, different walks of life, completely outside it. They may be in your target market, have some there, but some completely other industries that you can pull in what's working in those, bring those into your idea, and that keeps you from being like all your competitors.
Absolutely. And like that's why I love, like the group that you're running is amazing. It's just all people from different walks of life. That's what I thrive in. That's what I love. So
yeah, so much fun. Yeah, we just had the big DOCC strategy and action meeting that we do every Tuesday morning, and that's oxygen to me, honestly. Like
absolutely.
what happened in that room today, 3 different people saying I need help in my company, trying to figure out this room full of investors and marketers and tech folks coming together to solve that problem is just it's just amazing to watch.
Yeah. And so I'm just constantly working to try to make it easier for other businesses and other marketers. So we're actually developing a software as well for that helps.
So you thought I was joking with
Yeah.
the 80 things going on.
Yeah. So we're actually developing, so many people, they worry about content. Do I post on Facebook or YouTube or make a blog post or Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
And then everybody just focuses on, Facebook or Instagram, and they don't know what to do. So the software I'm creating, you just upload a video and it breaks it down. Here's your YouTube post, here's your Instagram, here's your Facebook, here's your blog post. Make it easy. So if you make it simple for people, then they can just put it out everywhere. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what stage are you in now?
Yeah, so it's being developed right now. So,
Okay.
If someone hears this and they want to compete with me, that's fine. You can launch it. But no, it's fun. I mean, it's all marketing. So every product, you can focus on making the best product, but it means nothing without marketing. Marketing is key.
Yeah, and that's what's so amazing with what you've got going on too, in that I think a lot of people miss is that once you have this down, the machine down, and the ideas and this unique way to get all this attention, well, yeah, then it's idea time. Like, oh, what do I want to launch tomorrow in a crowded space or not crowded space? Because I'm going to get some eyeballs on that.
Absolutely. And you're talking about how I've got 100 things going on. It's easy because I'm just good at marketing.
Yeah.
So. I had a client who had the best dog food. He came to me. He's like, I got the best dog food in the world. It's got this and this and this and this and this. And I said, I could put ketchup in a bag and sell more of it just because I'm good at marketing.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to focus on. I wasn't being rude. I just tell them you want to focus on marketing, because if you can market, you can sell yourself. You can sell anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And to his credit, yes, have the best in the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, because once people show up,
absolutely, you got to deliver.
Right. So that's an important aspect of it too. So how does somebody just start? They want to apply this. Besides calling Colton, how does somebody sitting there from scratch? Let's say they've got a video marketing show. Yeah. Where they drive around. How do they create some crazy newsworthy content?
So definitely putting your feet to the fire. It is so easy to get caught up in everyday life and say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But you gotta put your feet to the fire. You put your feet to the fire, you're gonna do it. So if you make a status, every single week I'm gonna be pumping out a new episode. So you can count on me every Monday at 12 o'clock. Check in and watch the video of the week. And you do that, you put your feet to the fire, now you're forced to do it. Yep. You gotta do it. And so and that's where, my fiance, she wants to kill me every time I make a Facebook status. Because I'm like, we're launching a magazine October 1st, and now I'm seeing it is so much harder than I thought. But it's not as simple as I thought, but I'm gonna do it, and so just putting your feet to the fire, make a bold promise and deliver.
That's awesome.
And then that's how you'll build a good reputation, because like you said, when you do get someone to buy your product or buy into you've got to deliver.
Oh yeah.
And so even if I make a promise on something I've never even done before, I figure out a way to make it happen.
Right. Oh, that's great. That's huge, because it's amazing what we as humans will do when the incentive is there.
Absolutely.
And so much of that time, that incentive is to not go back on your word, to not be called out at the end of it and stuff. It's amazing how well that works.
Yeah. And so many people, they have a fear of failure, and I think if people can get past that fear of failure, they would do so much more. They say the most valuable places in the world are not banks, it's graveyards, because people die with their ideas. They never actually take that step and go for it.
Yeah, that's the only regret that really happens. So few people regret having done something. It's almost always that they didn't.
Absolutely.
It's always that way.
But like I said, anybody can go out there, just get a group of friends together and go to a big crowd, start signing autographs. Either people go crazy or they won't. If they don't, who cares? No big deal.
It's still hilarious.
Yes, it's so great.
You know what I mean?
And then just be filming everything you're doing. If you do try something crazy, film it. Make a video. Hey, don't do this. Or, if it doesn't work. If it works, say, hey, do this.
Right.
So I was going to tell you about another thing I did, which is pretty fun. So, I've had a Bentley.
Yes.
And so what I would do is I would take my Bentley to the Dallas Cowboy training facility, and every time I was coming down the highway, I would drive by there, all the security, and I was driving by the security each time. I did it about 5 or 6 times, 5, 6 different days, And then I just said, I'm going to go for it. And I went to pull into the players' parking, and I got waved right through.
Oh my gosh!
So I got waved into the players' parking, and then ever since then, 100% of the time, I can pull right in there every time. Still to this day,
What?
I can pull right back there. And so what I did was I pulled in there, got out, and then went to the field, and then there was some sort of event, and then this guy tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, can I sit down?" And it was Jason Garrett, the head coach for the Cowboys.
Oh my gosh!
And so we sat next to each other for hours, talking, and he gave me advice, and I learned so much. And then ended up, being in the room with Jerry Jones, and I was 3 feet from him and stuff like that. And
Holy
it was
smokes.
just that being different and being confident in yourself is absolutely key. And for the people who say, "Oh, I don't have it, Billy," you can rent an exotic car, or everybody knows a friend with a fancy Corvette, or $200-$300, rent the car, and just like for a whole day, just come up with 5 different marketing techniques or tactics, 5 different ideas, rent you an exotic car, and just go do it. And then just share it on social media and get all your friends to share it, and one of those things has got to stick.
Oh yeah, and it's so much is having that confidence of just like, I belong here and walking through.
Absolutely, you got to be confident, and it's almost like like when you go through like TSA. If you're confident, you're gonna get right through. If you're the guy who looks nervous, and same with like public speaking and stuff, if you act nervous, you're gonna be more nervous. But if you just fake it till you make it, and be confident, that's a big thing with this guerrilla marketing. Just be confident, and you will see success. I promise you.
And this is really interesting too, because you and I have talked about this in the past, in that fake it till you make it stuff, and I think it gets, man, it's one of those very political things, right? Like it's something that drives people, and I think it's underused. I think it gets a bad rap overall.
Absolutely.
But then there's only because there's people who are using it the wrong way. There's a it's so tough to say, because there's a dishonest way to do it, of like, I've done this, or so when you get into results and you're claiming you've worked with this person and that person and you haven't, well, of course, no, then you're just a shady fool, right?
Absolutely.
But when you give off the appearance, because so much of the time is faking it for yourself. You know what I mean? In the sense that, like, you just have to go and become that in your mind before it can ever happen, really. So what's your take on it? Because I know you're a pro at this.
Yeah. So pretty much, my mentor Patrick Bet-David, he started off, real poor, and he says, I tell people I have a Ferrari. So it takes 7 years to build a Ferrari. So he just doesn't mention, I haven't picked it up yet, but they're building. I've got a Ferrari. They're building it right now. It's custom order, everything.
That's all. That gives you 7 years to go.
Yeah, it gives you 7 years. So again, the fake it till you make it, it gets a bad rap because people don't deliver, and this is what I was talking about earlier. You've got to deliver. So say if I could build out your entire marketing campaign and ask you for $10,000, and I've never done this before in my life. If I deliver and actually do it for you, will you care if I'd ever done it before?
Never.
You will.
Yeah.
So that's where people get misconstrued, is like, make a bold promise and deliver. And that's the thing, is you've got so many resources and people and the internet. I mean, you could make the bold promise, and if you don't deliver, it's because you're way not using the power you have right at your fingertips and your phone.
Besides the network, we were talking about building this network and going around and being able to know all these different people. That's exactly why, because it gets out of the mindset. You don't have to deliver the $10,000 marketing break. You just have to know someone that you can pay $3,000.
Absolutely, that's it. And if you can't do
Put
it,
them
find
together.
somebody who can.
Yeah. That's amazing. I think that's a great point, and it's just so important, because it's not a matter of being this fake guy, but it's a matter of putting that confidence out. And honestly, too, like, there's people with all the results in the world who don't have the confidence and don't put themselves out there in the right way, and they're hurting themselves as well, because that's so much of it, is put yourself out there. So I love that. I love that mindset.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's awesome. So what's next? How can people follow along and sort of jump in with you? And any help you need from folks? Or
absolutely. So my name's Colton with a K. So if you just type in KOLT on Facebook, I'll show up. Add me on Facebook, and I'm here to help anyone. I think that's the biggest thing, is just creating a community like you're doing, just of entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs. It's already hard enough on all of us, so if we can help each other anyway, it's great. So
awesome. Thanks so much for being on, man.
Man, thank you so much. It's such an honor. I've been following you for a long time. I love this, and I love where the show's going. It's blowing up, and again, I am so blessed to be here.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Thanks, brother.
Man, thanks so much, Colton, for being on. What a blast that was, and talking afterwards, and just, man, he's got my brain spinning in the right way so much, like what usually happens when we have a conversation, because, man, that is the way to think about things. I'm always looking for that, whether it's for myself or somebody I'm working with. I'm always looking for that unique angle to go and take either my business or theirs to that next level and just get seen, and there's so many opportunities in this world right now. It's just incredible. So definitely follow along with Colton on what he's got going on. You will be so impressed over and over and over again, for sure. Jump in on Facebook, connect with him, and see what he's got going today, because it'll be different than yesterday, but levels, right? Like, because he's just building on top and building this great organization and multiple organizations. Just fantastic. If you like interviews like this, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. And if you're listening to the show, make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes. Helps us get found everywhere. I appreciate you so much. We'll see you next time.
It's Saturday night. It was Saturday night and I'm feeling kinda silly. Winter coat on cause the air was chilly, but I'ma make my way out to the record spot. Gotta find some new breaks for the beats to rock. I gotta come with the flavor like some lifesavers. On now and late is Dr. Beat Maker. If I'm a player, it's like your tape deck. And if you miss the gig, then take a rain check. Stacks of wax piled high to the ceiling, need a U-Haul truck if I would think about stealing. But it's not my steed, so I commence with the digging, no kidding. Something that'll keep the beats hitting what I'm getting. So much to choose from, bro.